Genesis chapter 1, those 6 days, like how do you say like their length? What is the length of each day?
The Bible does not tell us how long those days are, only that it's longer than 24 hours. But we do see references in Proverbs and Psalms and Job about the fact that the mountains are ancient. The Kidron River is old. So it makes comments about how they're old and ancient. We also see God using the length of time that the oceans, the mountains have been around for his eternal existence. So he says, you want to know how long I've been around? A whole lot longer than these mountains you're looking at. And if the mountains are only thousands of years old, that would not be a very good metaphor. But if they're billions of years old, given that we only live 60, 70, 80 years, that would be a good metaphor for God's eternal existence. So the very fact that God uses that kind of a metaphor tells us these days must be significant passages of time. We can go to the record of nature, and what the record of nature tells us is the day 1 is longer than day 2, day 2 is longer than day 3, and the 6th day is the shortest of all. But the 6th day, we're still looking at tens of millions of years. The first day, we're looking at more than 1 billion years. So anywhere from a few billion to a few tens of million for the lengths of these days. And the biblical text does not require that they all be equal length. So based on the science, we see them getting a shorter and shorter period of time, but they are consecutive.
Okay. So they may be of varying length, right?
Varying length, but they are consecutive. I don't believe there's gaps between them.
Okay, there is no gap between. And before the first day, is there any time period?
Before the what?
Before day 1.
Yes, the text actually makes that clear. If you look at Genesis 1:1 and 1:2, where the verbs appear in the sentence and the way they're structured, the grammatical structure indicates that there's a passage of time between what happens in Genesis 1:1 and what takes place in Genesis 1:2 and what's in 1:2 and 1:3. And so it would allow for an undefined passage of time between God creating the universe and us forming the earth, and when light first appears on the surface of the earth, when the clouds actually break open and allow the light of the sun, moon, and stars to show up on the surface of the earth.
And so, according to modern cosmology, the universe is 14 billion years old. So you think the same number?
Yes, we do have a little more precisely defined now, 13.79 billion, plus or minus 0.05 billion. And for the Earth, it's 4.5662 billion years. That we know with great precision.